whisper in his ear. It would confirm what was Amumu's biggest fear. It pledged that never shall someone become his friend. It pledged that he shall be alone until his end. Sorrow and despair became too much to bear. The moment when Amumu realized what he had done. Too late it was for him, for them. The evil curse had won. The anger and the anguish overwhelmed his fragile soul and caused a wicked tantrum that he never could control.
Wait for them to be close to ready.
It looks like they're there already. Okay, you can count us down.
Oh. Excellent.
All right, awesome. Well, welcome to the Casual EAL Piltover division. Today we've got Reformed Oath Kings versus Redacted. This is a week 2 matchup. Reformed Oath Kings is 2-0 right now. Redacted is 1-1. So this should be a pretty exciting match. My name is Randomonium. With me is Cyanite. AMO is our stream host. Cyanite, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Reeling off a huge week 2 set of games for ourselves and the other teams around the league. It's been a fun start to the season. We've been able to experiment with a bunch of things and see different looks around the league and who's playing what and what kind of like the meta is and what people are looking to play and really find their strengths at the start of the season, because the start of the season is a lot of figuring everything out. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, Piltover has been pretty spicy so far. There's been some really exciting matches. Week 1, the top laner for Reformed Oath Kings, Orf, got a pentakill on Garen, so that was pretty hilarious. And we're already in the pick ban phase. It looks like Reformed Oath Kings is targeting Cali P, who is the jungler, and he is definitely very strong. He's definitely one of the strongest points on the Redacted team. He plays a lot of carry junglers, so they've already banned out the Graves and the Kazakhs. On the side of Redacted, they're banding out the Shen and the Kai'Sa. So Kazoo played Kai'Sa both games in their Week 1 matchup, and the Shen was picked once and banned once in the Week 1 matchup.
Yeah, Cali P definitely one of the stronger members on Redacted. I would have liked to see maybe a Talia. She really popped off on the Talia last week, but leaving it open, and maybe Cali will look to play Talia this week here.
Yeah, so surprisingly, they haven't banned out the Darius. They haven't banned out Malzahar, which were both banned against Reformed Oath King in Week 1. And the Samira was the last ban, so that was banned out actually against Redacted in Week 1. So now they decided, it looks like they were worried about a Samira first pick. Kazoo has been playing some Samira.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what they try to prioritize with this first pick. Darius is definitely something that they might prioritize. They decided to go towards the Olaf. Interesting. So that's definitely a more aggressive pick for ATX Gamer. He was on the Mumu both games in Week 1, so now that he's going off with Olaf, and of course Olaf is very overpowered if you're able to play him.
Yeah, Olaf's in a very, very, very good state in the meta. However, is susceptible to being kited. So for the team of Redacted, you're going to be looking to pick champions that are able to not necessarily always have to blow a flash when Olaf presses his ultimate, because that's a big part of Olaf's kit. Pretty much every time you press your ultimate, you're going to be blowing a flash unless they're able to cut you out. So Redacted starting off good with a Jhin Seraphine, exactly to my point, ranged, and they're able to kind of keep a distance to Olaf and not just have to blow a flash every 5 minutes.
Yeah, and Seraphine's actually, I think, a really good pick into this because Seraphine can actually extend her ultimate off the Olaf. Even though it doesn't affect the Olaf, it'll affect the champions behind Olaf instead. And that Seraphine is most likely going mid lane. They played a mid lane Seraphine in Week 1. So that's kind of interesting. And we got the Swain coming out on the side of Reformed Oath Kings and the Alistar. So that Swain is most likely going mid. It could be flex bot lane. But yeah, I'm expecting a mid lane Swain with the Alistar. I would expect another tank coming out on the side of Redacted for their. Both supports have been playing a lot of tanks, so it might just be they might just handshake into a tank matchup.
Who knows? Could be Alistar jungle. We asked for something spicy in the pregame lobby, so they could be pulling out the Alistar jungle. Olaf maybe go top. He's been known to go top recently. Tyler won special.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that is
we'll
true.
see. Fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed. Lee Sin coming out in Redacted. You know I love those picks. That's my pick. So I like to see that. We're gonna see how that goes.
I'm liking it. I'm excited to see what Cali P can do on this Lee Sin. Going to second round bans. Malzahar, very good expected ban. Actually, that means that they think that the Swain is not going into mid lane if they're banning out that Malzahar. So they do think that it's probably a Swain bot if they're banning out that Malzahar.
Yeah, and the thing is, right? I'm thinking about the Lee Sin pick more and more here in the seconds that it's been picked. I really don't. I'm not agreeing with it. I think there were better picks in this situation. Lee Sin going into Alistar. First of all, Olaf is a good matchup in Lee Sin. So Lee Sin already has picked a bad matchup for himself in the jungle. He gets outdueled by Olaf. He's not able to kick away Olaf because of the ultimate. He's going to get run down. Swain, as a Lee Sin, like you're going into melee range on an Alistar and a Swain. I'm really not seeing how that's feasible for Cali P on the Lee Sin. So prove me wrong.
Yeah, so Malzahar and Pantheon bans coming out, so they're definitely saying they don't think that Swain is mid lane. Malzahar was perma-banned against Reformed Oath Kings in Week 1, and Justin had a pretty good performance on Pantheon mid in Week 1 as well. And the Morgana coming out, that's actually kind of surprising. I'm expecting the Redacted is going to go towards a tank jungler, but I guess they're just worried about that Morgana potential pick. And that looked like it was a Leona ban. Yep.
I'm assuming that will be a Leona. Yeah, and they're targeting the support in the second round. I think that's very, very smart in two really good supports in the meta right now. I'm liking on the side of Redacted the Pantheon ban, like you already touched on. Pantheon is extremely strong right now. and he's able to take over games if he's able to snowball early. So I really like that. And they're actually going with the Vladimir, who we were talking in Piltover chat earlier how Vladimir's not necessarily really strong right now. So we'll see how it goes here.
Yeah, surprising that they're going towards the Vladimir and then they decided they want to blind pick that. I guess they're thinking about maybe sending the Seraphine to support. That'd be the only reason I could think of that they don't want to show their support pick on R4. So I guess they're thinking about swapping the Seraphine to support, depending on what's going on with these last 2 picks.
Right. So that would mean if your hypothesis is true that it would be a Vladimir top, I'm assuming,
Mm-hmm.
and a Vladimir top and an Ornn. You know, to be honest, I don't recall. I used to play Vladimir a ton. I don't really remember how that matchup goes specifically. I would assume that it's not too bad. But the pool on Vladimir does have quite a long cooldown. So if Ornn's able to abuse that, then it should be good for the Ornn.
Yeah, so Reformed King comes out with 2 like pretty safe blind picks, the Ornn and the Orianna, since they don't really know where the Seraphine and the Vladimir are going yet. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Redacted resolves with their R5 pick. They've set up a pretty interesting draft with these 2 flex picks on the Seraphine and the Vladimir. So I'm curious how they're gonna round it out.
I'm very worried for Redacted that they won't have what it takes. Okay, you know what?
Wow,
That's a really good pick.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so it looks like they're going towards a top side focus. They want to get this Jax ahead, split push style, get the Lee Sin, allow the Jax to get a few early kills. And yeah, it looks like Vladimir going into the mid lane.
Wow, I was going to say that I don't think Redacted has what it takes to take out all of the beefiness on Reformed Oathkings. I mean, they've got 4 absolute beefsters, Olaf, Swain, Alistar, Ornn, with the shielding and the damage power of Orianna. I thought that was like a really solid comp, and I don't think Redacted had it, but the Jax will do wonders for them against these beefier targets if he's able to stay in this game. I'm really going to be looking towards Cali P, like you mentioned, to play on that top side and not let this Jax fall behind, because if Jax starts to get dove, especially with the Olaf, you're going to be in some trouble to be able to go throughout this game successfully for Redacted. So definitely looking for a topside play there.
Yeah, so it looks like Redacted is going more towards a potential 1-4 or 1-3-1 style. I mean, the Vladimir they could pull out into the side lane if they wanted to. The concern would be is I don't know if Jhin Seraphine have enough wave clear to hold off a potential dive or a potential push if Reformed Oath Kings decides they want to group as 5. So I don't.
Very true. On the contrary, Swain Alistar, not a great level 1. So if Jhin and Seraphine are able to maybe look for a cheese of some point and able to maybe blow a summoner spell or at least get a health advantage going into early in the lane, first level, I think they're going to find a little more success, because if they just play this lane really passive, they're going to get level 2'd on by the Alistar and Swain. Might not look great for them. And then as the scaling continues, Swain Alistar are definitely more effective than Jhin are. Jhin doesn't really happen in a 2v2 fight because, you know, you're standing still, so it's not really feasible. So it might be very difficult if Jhin Seraphine don't get a good level 1 off. That's what I'm going to be looking for, to see if they're able to make use of their stronger level 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think that Reformed of the King has the easier composition to execute. It's like a very simple, you start the fight with an Ornn ultimate, Olaf ults in, you got Ball on Olaf, and then Swain Alistar, you know, just really tanky into a team that like the Jhin is not great at shredding like high health targets.
Right.
So I do think Reformed of the Kings has the easier composition to execute, but that doesn't mean that Redacted can not pull this one out. They definitely have to play really strong with the flanking, split pushing, things like that. They got to be a little bit trickier with how they execute their team fights.
Right, and the second thing I want to look forward to is coincidentally also on Buzosaurus on the Jhin. Is traditionally Jhin's right now are going Gale Force. I don't think that's the right play here. I think Eclipse is actually going to be what you want, because that gives you max health damage or percentage health damage, and against these beefier targets, that's going to be a lot more helpful for Jhin to kind of start chunking into these targets, as well as it gives him a little bit of a shield. I think that's going to be the mythic that he wants to go towards, rather than the Gale Force. Everyone loves Gale Force for its passive. It lacks in the damage against these beefier targets. That's the reason why I want him to go towards the Eclipse. We'll see if he goes along with that. And yeah, it's gonna be like you mentioned. Reformed Oath Kings definitely have the easier composition, and Redacted have to do a lot more just to even have a chance at this game. Vladimir scales heavily. If they don't let Vladimir get to that point, it's going to be very doomed for them. Actually, now that I even look at it a little more, I'm taking a farther back a picture. Jax, Vladimir, and Jhin all extremely scale heavy. Jhin, with his recent nerfs and these patches, have made him less and less of an early game champion. He's had Q nerfs, he's had mana nerfs, etc. He has become more of a mid to late game pick as time's gone on. Vladimir traditionally always has been mid to late game. Once he gets those 2 items, he's going to be amazing. And Jax, very similar. He needs the Sheen. He needs, or at least something to start outputting those empowered Ws more. So 3 scaling picks in the lanes versus an Orianna and an Ornn, who maybe are able to abuse that. I know Orianna can definitely get early poke off onto the Vladimir. And Swain Alistar, I mean, they're strong pretty much at all points. So
Yeah, I definitely think that it's kind of on Cali P's shoulders. He has to have a good early game. He's on the Lee Sin. He played very well week 1. He's got to get either the Jax. He's got to get somebody ahead. I would think that the Jax would be the highest priority to get ahead. But even if he can just, shut down the Olaf, I know Olaf gets very low on his clears, so potential invades if he gets lane priority. But yeah, I'd say Lee Sin's got to be super active in this early game to get some early game advantages, so they can get enough time that they can get their scaling online. So the Jackson gets 2 items, the Vladimir can get 2 items, the Jhin can get 2 items.
Yeah, I very much agree. And something I actually want to see Lee Sin do is it's not going to be beneficial for Cali P on the Lee Sin to path the same direction as Olaf. ATX Gamer will outduel him pretty much throughout the game, and especially with mid and top. Even bot most likely going to have priority, given some mistakes that are made. We haven't seen this game play out yet, so I don't know if I can't predict mistakes to happen, but I would think that they would have lane prio pretty much on all lanes. So I don't want to see Cali P fighting for the same scuttle as Olaf. I don't want to see Cali P invading ATX Gamer when they're on the same side. I want to see him on the opposite side, making plays on the opposite side of the map, because him going head on with ATX Gamer won't work out good for them. They might go 1-for-1, but that's never worth it. So that's what I want to see. I want to see him actually path in an opposite direction.
There is a few windows that the Lee Sin could have. Like Olaf usually likes to do a full clear. So if Lee Sin does a 3-camp clear into a gank top, he might be able to catch it before the Olaf is in a position to counter gank. But you're right. Like in general, the Olaf is going to win the one-on-one if they're on equal health. If the Lee Sin catches the Olaf and the Olaf is on low health, then Lee Sin has a chance to take the W. But
you can keep going as soon as it finishes.
And also, one thing I wanted to just note is you make a good point, but in Olaf traditionally, I keep saying the word traditionally, I don't know why, it's just on my brain right now. Either way, Olaf is a lot less healthy in the clear than Lee Sin. Lee Sin typically doesn't really lose a lot of health, he has passive lifesteal, and Olaf actually wants to lose HP, so he gets that attack speed buff. Yeah. So, you're right. I actually want to contradict my point that I made earlier, that actually Lee Sin probably would be able to outduel Olaf on the first scuttle, because Olaf's probably going to be at a lower HP. We'll see how it plays out, though.
Yeah, it really is going to depend on, like, can the Lee Sin use Vision Denial in order to make sure that he guaranteed lands the Q. And yeah, does the Lee Sin have the health advantage?
Olaf late to get out of base there. We'll see if that affects anything. Paused actually. Calliope is disconnected.
Yep.
Leap
So it
back.
looks like Lee Sin is computer crashed.
Anything interesting? Yeah, wow. Boozosaurus went he went boots. We saw Lost do this in LCS, and I don't know if anybody watches the Double Lift co-streams, but Lost got absolutely roasted by Double Lift for going boots in a similar matchup. So I don't know what to make of it. Maybe it's meta. I typically don't do that when I play Jhin. Especially not when I highlighted earlier that you really want to be winning that 1v1 early, or the 2v2, sorry. So maybe it benefits him. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, and Swain went for Dorn's shield. So I'd say that it's a little bit interesting.
Yeah, that's also a little counterintuitive, isn't it? Because maybe he's expecting to be poked down more, and I would assume that considering they're a Seraphine and a Jhin, they will definitely have poke. So that's actually pretty smart. But with the new Dorn's Ring, you get health back, I'm pretty sure, right? On every minion? No, you get mana until you have, right? Okay.
Yeah, unless you don't have mana, then you can get health back.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's actually, I would say that's actually, might not be too bad at all. And Ornn not going corrupting though. Usually you want to start corrupting because you can always buy Dorn's shield in lane, right? And you can't buy corrupting in lane? Yeah.
Yeah, the joke is that he's a blacksmith, not an alchemist.
Right.
And red smites on both junglers, so definitely favoring the dueling power for the chilling smite. And it looks like, that you're getting your wish. They're both starting on their blue buff, so they'll be pathing to opposite directions.
Yeah.
I actually think that's a mistake for the Olaf.
I think it's a mistake for the Olaf as well, yeah.
I mean, I would want to be there to support the Ornn, because it's very clear that the Lee Sin wants to get the Jax ahead.
Yeah, maybe he goes for level 2 top, but I don't think that would benefit Olaf.
No, the Olaf's level 2 is not great. Olaf wants to power clear. Get that level 4 as fast as possible.
So maybe he's just pathing for a level 3 bot side play. Playing it safe for sure, not wanting to do the Lee Sin early, I guess. Also, one thing we haven't mentioned is Ghost on Vladimir, rather than an Ignite or something of such. See how that plays out.
Yeah, so they're up 1 TP on the side. Oh, Alistar goes in, has a level 2 first. Seraphine loses about half her health. Jax is going in with the counter-strike. Good job by the Ornn to prevent the stun with the unstoppable portion of his Bellows Breath.
Yeah, and able to return with Lilith.
Ooh. Dang, Alistar's going in again. He's not going to win that trade.
A little discombobulated. Jax! Oh.
Wow.
Trades galore here to start out. A little discombobulated in the bot lane. I would have liked to see Alistar and Swain sync up.
Huge wave.
Actually.
There's a huge wave. They can look for a dive if they plan it right, but it's risky.
And he is pretty healthy, so I would not advise. He's going mid, it looks like. Calliope is.
Yeah, he's wrapping around the backside, looking mid lane.
Oh, this is at least a flash. Yeah.
Vladimir flashes forward. Orianna also burns her flash.
Not worth it.
Yeah, flash and Ghost spent on the side of Vladimir just for the flash of Orianna.
Yeah, super unreasonable for Vladimir to use both of his summoner spells offensively like that, when really all you're looking for in a first gank is to blow the flash. I mean, with
especially
she's so fast. She's so fast.
Yeah, because you don't have any hard CC between the Lee Sin and the Vladimir. So, best case scenario, I think you're blowing the flash and that's it.
Yeah, I think they were hoping for the Lee Sin red buff to slow, to do enough. But like I said, she's got Phase Rush, she's got Nimbus Cloak. Off that flash, you're pretty fast. So, actually, she's got Mana Flow. She doesn't have Nimbus, but she's still got that phase. So, she's very fast.
Jax going in again. Whoop.
That's a kill.
Nope, not quite. Didn't want to go into tower for it. He could have gone forward and maybe flashed out.
Yeah.
But playing it safe.
Playing it safe. I definitely would have flashed for that, but that's why I'm not playing right now.
Oh, there's the tower dive. He flashes for it. He gets it. He's gonna go down though.
Yeah.
1 for 1. That's a favorable trade because Ornn's gonna lose all that minions to tower.
Exactly. Lee Sin actually, or sorry, Jax actually makes a really good play there, making Ornn miss quite a bit of CS there. Ornn's gonna have to TP back. Jax won't want him to TP back. He can maybe even TP for a play here. Olaf's caught in the jungle.
No,
No.
looks like bot lane is his prio, so he's able to get out.
Yeah.
Olaf is thinking about sticking around here. Does he go for the Drake? Nope, he's gonna go back into his jungle.
A good play from Theatrical up on the top lane though. Gets his Sheen on the first back. Like I touched on, he needs his Sheen. And really, first Mythic, he actually starts to do some damage earlier than he used to. So we'll see if he can accelerate his pace off that.
Yeah, surprisingly, even though that huge wave died to tower, Ornn is not that bad as far as minions. When Jax cleans up these minions, he will have a slight CS lead, but it's not near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Right, but one person used TP, one didn't, right? Orf had to TP, so he only lost 3 or 4. Jax lost a little bit because he didn't TP, saving that for future use. So he has an advantage here, because if he ever has a reason to back, he'll be able to come back to lane much quicker and pick up those extra CS.
Lee Sin coming in. There's a huge minion wave, though. I don't know how effective this gank is going to be.
About as good as you can expect. Not able to get that brittle off, but pretty good. Pressures Ornn off of the wave. Lets Jax set up a freeze here, and Olaf going for the dragon here.
Yeah, Olaf should be able to get this with the support. He is low enough, but it will be fine.
Yeah.
So good cross map play on the side of Reformed Oath Kings to get that first Drake.
Yep, and I always want to do a stopwatch check when I look at games. No one's got stopwatch in this game, so you're not going to be seeing any fancy plays come through.
It does look Jin is going for the Gale Force. He's not going into the lethality itemization.
Oh, Jax might lose this actually.
Yeah. Top lane, Ornn uses his ultimate.
Oh.
I think Jax wins this.
Yeah, now he does.
Yep, there we go. Another solo kill. So Theatrical putting on a clinic right now.
Yeah, and Jax is going to take that one to the bank. That will not be the last time Ornn dies this game, I'll tell you that much. Ornn isn't really tanky at this point in time, and Jax is going to abuse that lead. He's now, let's see the gold difference. He's got 700 gold up at 7 minutes. That is, yeah, yep.
Olaf is top side. I don't think he wants this against the Jax.
No, if I'm Jax, I'm fighting this, but
he wasted his counter strike though, so he goes down. If he had held on to his counter strike, I think that would have gone a lot better.
Yep. But he does have that TP, like I talked about, right? So he makes a mistake, but he's able to amend it with the teleport, so he won't lose too much.
Good job by Olaf on the red timer. He's already invading, trying to get the red buff.
And Lee Sin has no idea, so he's not even going to counter jungle this. They have no idea that Olaf is there.
Yep.
Lee Sin might actually get there as Olaf's finishing it. Oh my.
Oh my. And Olaf has got the level advantage too. He's 6.
Nothing comes about it. Maybe they're fishing around, but that's actually a very good play by Cali P there to fake the blasting cone.
Yep. But Orion is coming up, and Vladimir hasn't roamed. Alistar is on the move first too. Looks like the Jax is going to go down. That's a shutdown. Flash over by the Lee Sin, chasing the Orianna. Vladimir's in a 1v3 right now on this backside.
Yeah, Lee Sin should kill the Orianna. He does, and he's going to be able to kick away Ornn.
Let's see. He still hasn't used it yet. Alistar is able to knock him up. There's the kick away really late.
No, he got... Oh, right. Screwed him, actually. Oh, I think he still lives, though.
Oh, and then Vladimir's been able to pick up the kill on the Olaf on the backside.
Nice.
Wow, what a scrappy fight that was.
Wow, I felt so bad for Cali P. I don't know how Shadow Dragon bot on the Alistar didn't get knocked up.
All in bot lane. Seraphine ultimate goes down, and that's a Swain that's dead. They probably recognized Alistar was on the top side of the map, and they all into him.
Very good play, but as I was saying, the Lee Sin ultimate didn't knock back Alistar, so it was actually looking a little fishy there for Lee Sin, but able to squeak away with like 50 HP. So well done by Cali.
Yeah. So yeah, after all of that excitement, we're looking at Redacted with a 2,000 gold lead at before 10-minute mark.
Yeah. And
Oh.
Top lane.
Yeah, Jack's going in again. Able to get the stun. Ornn is dead. Yeah, there's no way he's going to get out of that.
Very, very dead, yeah. Well done. Well done. He's going to keep pressing this. He's going to keep pressing this advantage. It's going to be... Wow. This is not how I thought the early game would necessarily go. I thought Reformed Oathkings would definitely have the early game advantage on the top 3 on their map, but totally has gone the other way. Even Olaf doesn't have an advantage over the Lee Sin, just 400 gold up, so nothing really to write home about there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like both junglers are going towards the, what's it called? Gore Drinker.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a huge minion wave that's dying to tower.
Yeah.
Up, Lee Sin's found the Swain, lands the Q. W misses for the Jhin, kicks away. And Swain's able to get out, but he has to burn both his flash and his exhaust.
Yep. Well played there by Calliope. A little unlucky that the kick is... actually, there's like a little bit of a charge time to it. That's why you can kick flash. So I think he pressed ultimate before the Swain flash, so ended up kicking him away. Nothing to his fault, though. A good play to blow the flash, also for flash, always worth it.
So Olaf is on the top side, taking Rift Herald. It looks like they're going to try and go for a trading Rift Herald for Drake. I've been really impressed with ATX Gamer. He's been really good, doing a good job at doing cross-map objectives. Anytime the Lee Sin shows himself, he tries to make a play on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, and it's all stemmed from the level 1 where they started on their camps, right? He started the opposite side, and he's consistently been able to do things on the opposite side of the map. So they've maintained that pathing, and it's benefited.
Yep. All right, so they equalize the Drakes 1-1. Looks like it's going to be an Ocean Rift. So that is probably the most contested Drake. So it's going to be really exciting to see how these teams play around it. Olaf is dropping the Rift Herald in top lane. They should get 2 plates off of this. It's interesting to see if they're going for a dive.
Going bot too. Lee Sin coming bot.
Yep, Lee Sin's flanking around the backside. They're going to go for the Alistar. Alistar flashes out. Lands the Seraphine ultimate. That's 2 going down. Orianna TP coming in. And they disengage. They trade the TP. Jax is playing really, really safe on the backside. The tower might go down in top lane. Lee Sin goes back in. Orianna ultimate. That's a 1-for-1. Flash forward from the Seraphine. Flash forward from the Jhin. They get the Alistar. 2-for-1. Top tower does go down. But Jax playing really respectful in top lane and does not give up a kill. Looks like they were trying to set that dive in top lane.
Yeah, on one side of the map you have first tower going down from the Rift Herald, and on the other side of the map you have some scrappy engages there. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, mid lane looks like he's able to get out. But yeah, for that TP that down to bot lane, Vladimir only got 1 tower, and I think only 1 wave died to tower.
One plate.
1 plate, yeah. Oh, there's the ghost. Olaf is chasing.
Didn't pick up his axe.
Lee
though, so I don't
Sin's
think it's a
here.
kill. He's dead.
Nope, he's going forward instead. Nice flash play, but he ends up going down.
I like it.
Yeah.
I probably would have made that play. In solo queue, but you know, it could have happened. Could have worked. Really good reactions by the Vladimir to pull away. I'm not sure if that just came off on cooldown and ATX was hoping he was still off cooldown or what. But a good play there by Calliope and Azakana bound. So there you go.
So yeah, the gold lead in top lane is now 1.3k. Flash
Ooh,
out from the
flash.
Vladimir. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was worried about the shockwave off cooldown. Alistar going in. Swain pulls in. Seraphine might be going down now. She's trying to run away.
Very slow.
Able to get her W.
Jhin can ultimate here and maybe get a kill.
Yeah. Jax is going in again. Olaf is topside though. It's a 1v2. Let's see if he can actually pull this out. That's a flash away from the Ornn. He's going under tower for this. Gets the kill. Looks like we'll go down to the Olaf. Yep, goes down to the Olaf. So 1-for-1.
Wow, unlucky there that Orf had flash for theatrical there. So for that theatrical had to flash and follow that kill. I think he was dead anyway if he stayed. The Ornn ultimate was coming through. I don't think there was any way theatrical was living if he doesn't flash follow there.
Yeah, with the CC from the Ornn ultimate, that probably would have been enough time for the Olaf to burst him down.
Exactly, yeah. Bot lane maybe here, though. I think this could be 2 kills with Lee Sin dive here.
Lee Sin's thinking about it. His mind's telling him no.
Yeah, those 2 ultimates are really strong for Alistar and Swain. It's really hard to dive those 2 because Swain heals a bunch and Alistar's unkillable, so.
So that's Vladimir ultimate going down. Orianna still has ultimate.
Yep,
Olaf is
really
mid
good
lane.
block.
Oh, there's a flash shockwave. Olaf is coming in to try and finish the job, and that is a dead Vladimir.
That is a dead Vladimir. Yes, it is. Good job, ATX Gamer, punishing the pool timing. Oh!
Kick forward, Olaf ulting out. So trading ult for ult.
Yeah, but the Lee Sin flash as well, though, right?
True.
Once again, that's not really worth it. I mean, you know Olaf's just gonna ultimate out, so.
Yeah.
Is what it is. That's what I was talking about earlier in the matchup, though, is as Lee Sin, like, you don't really ever have a chance to kill Olaf because he's just gonna R through everything you have, so. And then, right there was a perfect example.
Yep. So first Ocean Drake coming up in about 40 seconds. Both teams coming back out onto the map. Lee Sin's backing a little bit late. Jax is going topside, but he does have TP. Both top laners have TP.
Yeah, an important back for Lee Sin, though, as he picks up the Gore Drinker, like I was going to say. And now you do a little mythic check. 4 and 4. Mid laners on both teams don't have their mythics, but they're going to be getting them soon, and it's going to be a race to who gets that first, and that will be a huge spike for the team that gets 5 before the other team does.
Yeah, Orianna was posturing towards topside, but she's returned back to mid lane now that the Drake is almost spawned. Vision for Redacted is just lit up around the Drake right now. They got 4 red wards all around the Drake pit. Olaf is going to clear out one of them.
Yep, some major house cleaning to do for Reformed Oath Kings. They gotta go through the jungle and sweep them all out.
Yep. Both teams look like they are a little bit cautious right now.
Let's see.
Orianna
Oh,
ultimate
man.
onto the Jhin. He Gale forces away, but he's a little bit late. Flash over from the Swain. Olaf gets that kill. Vladimir's on the backside. Doesn't have enough damage. Meanwhile, there's a fight going on in the top lane right now. And that winds up being a 1-for-1. And that should be Drake going over to the side of Reformed Oath Kings.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Boozosaurus expected the shockwave, but I mean that's just it was just lazy to get caught out there. Unfortunate that it happened. It cost them a drag that they probably should have gotten. I think they had the advantage in the area. So.
Yeah, they definitely were first to the Drake, but then they got split up a little bit. Lee Sin and Vladimir went one way, Seraphine and Jhin went the other, and Reformed Oath King stayed as 4 and just walked right in and took it.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate though that Boozosaurus hasn't been able to pick up the kills. Seraphine's gotten all 3. I don't know if that, how that goes, but all I know is Jhin has 3 kills less worth of gold, which he could have. So he's a little bit more delayed than he might be if he had 3 kills. I know, not a might. I know he's delayed. So, oh, Seraphine getting caught out.
Seraphine caught out, flashes out, 3v3 in the top lane. Vladimir flashes in. There comes the Olaf and the Ornn. They get the kill onto the Orianna. Jax is just wrecking havoc. Olaf ults now. Looks like it's going to be a 1v1 versus 1v1. Ornn goes down. And now that the Olaf's ultimate is down, that should be an easy cleanup from Jax. But Swain and Alistar are here. They get the CC on him. The pull gets him actually closer, but Swain's able to knock him down. Vladimir's trying to pull under, but Swain still has ultimate. Jhin has arrived. Seraphine's on her way. They might be able to collapse on this. There's the ultimate coming out. Swain gets charmed. That's Swain going down. Let's see if Seraphine can get out of here before she goes down. Ooh, nice heal coming out. It looks like the Alistar's going to wind up going down, but there's a TP coming in from the Orianna as well. So that wound up being a, what was that, a 5 for 3?
Something like that. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. I think Cali P died, so I think it might have been a 5-4 at the end of the day. But I wouldn't put money on it. I'm not sure. So many people died at different times. Like people died early and people died later, so it was hard to keep track of timers and who did what. But,
yeah, so at least right now, it seems like if Redacted actually is grouped up, they can fight these 5v5s against Reformed Oath Kings.
yeah,
So
and look at that. That is a Rabadon's Death Cap first item you ever seeing on the Vladimir. 4-1 now. That's not gonna feel nice. So he's pretty strong.
I've actually seen quite a few Vladimirs going this build, and obviously I'm not a Vladimir player, but I would think that you would want to delay the Rabadons because a lot of the gold value in it is in that amplification that you get.
Yeah, funny enough, no. It's been that way for a long time. You've typically gone Rabadon's either first or second item on Vladimir all the time.
That feels bad.
Which, sorry? Oh, the blue buff.
The blue buff. Yeah, that feels bad.
Oh man, love it. I saw who did that. Pee-wee did that in LCS. It was jokes. He was on Syndra and like took the blue buff off the wall and didn't kill it.
This is actually really smart from Reformed Oath Kings. They've done a lane swap now because the orange should be able to hold off the Jhin and Seraphine, but the Jax can't go on to the Swain and the Alistar.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're trying to set up a mid play instead. Swain and Alistar are kind of sussing this out a little bit. Ooh,
like
there's
this.
a Jhin W. That's a Gale Force forward. Ooh, and they get the kill. Really well executed from the Redacted.
And that's very aggravating for me because I feel like that was really telegraphed, but no response from Reformed Oath Kings. I feel like maybe Orianna could have used some help.
Let's see if they're actually gonna try and turn this. It's a 3v3 right now. Oh, no, 3v4. Lee Sin's
in the
into
back.
the building. Yep. Flashes over, kick onto the Swain. TP coming in from the Jax. Massive fight going on right now. First one that goes down is the Orianna, or the Olaf. Blah.
Oh,
wow.
what?
That cleaned house right there. That's a
Oh.
3-for-0.
Seraphine's 5-0. It's support Jhin this game, fellas. This guy, he's not getting any kills, and I don't think it's not his fault. It's just not. They're not going his way. He's not getting the last hit. I'd be KSing if I was them.
Yeah, and this is a 22-minute Baron.
Yeah.
Ornn does have TP, and he's going to use it. Baron's at 5k and dropping. Looks like they're turning to fight instead. Focus on Ornn. Lee Sin's staying on the Baron, though. They need to go back to Baron. They shouldn't chase. Oh, they get the flash, and they get the kill anyway.
Nice Sue. And then they're going to transition this into a drag, because it's still a 5v3, so...
Yeah, it looks like Vladimir is backing, but the other 4 are going towards the Drake. They land the pull onto the Jax.
The only issue that Redacted will face for this game is with their lead, the soul is quite far away because they only have the one dragon, so they have to go through 15 minutes before they can even think about getting the soul. So
yeah, I think they could just go. They could just go straight bot, or no, they just want to reset, spend their gold. Yep.
Yeah, they've all got lots of money, over 1.6 on every single champion. That was pretty ridiculous. And hold on, Vladimir doesn't have a mythic yet.
No, he doesn't. He
Okay.
does not. So he's going towards Void Staff, it looks like, next item.
Yeah, because I was going to say that's not a mythic either. Like, that's not going to build into a mythic either. So, Vladimir's going the no mythic build. You know what? I actually like it because the Void Staff will give him a ton of damage amp against the beefy targets. Maybe could have done something else, but it is what it is. I don't hate the build at all.
So gold lead is pretty huge right now. It's a little over 8k, 8.5k roughly. Yeah. And with the Baron power play coming in, it might rise to 9 or 10k by the time it's done. They got Lee Sin splitting in bot lane right now, running a 1-3-1.
Yeah. Gold lead at the moment is absolutely ballooning for Redacted, 9.1k at the moment. And they're going to want to look for bots. It's the last one of the tier 1s. Lee Sin is already working on it, but he's going to need a little more assistance.
Yeah, shockingly, the Lee Sin's actually a higher level than the Ornn. You don't normally see that the jungler is a higher level than a top laner.
Right. it's all put into perspective because of how ahead they are, though. The Baron gives them a lot of XP. Like, even look at the Jhin, right? The Jhin is higher level than the Orin. So
Yep.
it's mainly that the winning team, especially when they have Baron, are going to be 1 or 2 levels accelerated of where they probably should be.
Yeah. I do think it's a bit of a mistake putting the Jax with the rest of the group. He's much more
I agree.
effective on a side lane.
100%, yeah. Yeah, I want to see somebody. I want to see them not NA ramming. So.
Yeah, so it looks like they're sending Jax towards the bot side. I think that's a smart play. They could do a 1-4 or 1-3-1, but in general, like, I do feel like Redacted's team comp is better the more spread out they are. Like, Reformed Earth Kings, they want to create that death ball.
Yeah, definitely. They might be worried of the catch potential.
Ooh, that's a big Seraphine ultimate. Olaf goes down. Swain goes down as well. That's the Alistar ultimate. He should be able to get out with his ultimate, but that'll be the mid-inner going down. Ooh, he gets a kill. That ultimate just ran out on Alistar.
This could be game. I think this is game.
20 seconds on 3 members of Reformed Oath Kings.
I don't see how they don't end here. Actually, it's 10 seconds. Never
Yeah,
mind.
10
Yeah,
seconds.
Wow,
They can get the
timers are
inhib.
short.
Yeah, they can get the inhib and maybe the bot inner, but then they'll probably want to reset.
Timers are so short. I keep forgetting that it's only 26 minutes into the game. So
Yep.
I see a 5v2 right when they're on their inhib towers, and I'm like, oh, game when they just died. But no, not.
So smart. I like it. Baron's off. They're resetting. They're going to spend their gold. Gold lead is over 12,000 now. So yeah, it looks like they're going to be trying to set up for Drake, and then yeah, back into pushing. So if I was Reformed Oath Kings, I would not contest this Drake at all.
Yeah, very hefty lead for Redacted. You know, in I'm not gonna lie to you, I had my doubts, and I think you may have had your doubts as well on this comp, but they've really done a good job, and they've won their individual lanes maybe when they shouldn't have. And that, huge commendment to them for doing that. So, well done to them for playing in maybe bad lanes and making them great. So, good job to them, and they're probably just gonna walk this one home, just kind of run over Reformed Oath Kings here, because there's not much that Reformed can do at this point in time.
I don't think that Redacted has enough pink wards in the Drake pit. They need at least 1 or 2 more.
I think I agree with you, actually. I think all 5 should be in there. They really, they need to make sure that the NA team has no wards in there.
Yep.
Because that would be terrible if they did, and they could potentially steal. So maybe 1 in each corner of the Dragon Pit could be useful. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely will applaud them though. The ward coverage they got is really good in Red Side Jungle. And now we've got Baron in 20 seconds, so they can immediately go towards that. And I don't think that Reformed Oath Kings can really challenge them right now.
Yeah, Redacted's got the checklist out, and they're going by objectives. They're saying Baron. Yep.
Oh, if this Jax dies,
well, this could be
could
huge,
be bad.
actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
it could be really bad.
Oh, he's dead.
Fail flash.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, that's a mistake. That's a huge mistake.
Yeah.
If he, yeah, I mean, they had the right idea. They just, a little bit of misexecution.
You know, that was one thing I was going to say in the Dragon Pit, and I held myself, and I regret it. But they don't have much deep vision. It's all very shallow around the Dragon Pit.
Yeah, so now they've got a 5v4 power play, so they definitely just want to try and stall here, because mid lane minion wave is hitting Nexus towers right now.
Yeah. But I stopped myself because I thought there might have been engaged there in the Baron, but what I was saying was the vision is very shallow in the red side jungle. If they had it extended a little more, push and get vision, if it was a little deeper, then Jax would have known that they were there. I don't think any of those wards spotted the team rotating towards him. I think maybe besides him assuming that they're going onto him, he didn't actually know how close they were.
All right, Jax is TPing in. Baron's at 5k. Olaf is not in the area to steal. This should be clean take.
Yeah, clean take, go top, send one bot. Actually, I don't even think you have to send one bot because Jax doesn't have TP. I think you just literally 5-man run it down mid and win the game. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. If only.
Yeah, it looks like what they're going to do is they're going to get mid pushing because the lane inhib's already down, and they can just group 5 top and just end.
That's the smart thing to do. Yeah. They're taking it nice and methodical. Similar to us in week 1, actually. We didn't take it too fast when we had a huge lead either.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of slow and methodical, just the way we like it. Checking off all of the boxes.
So Vladimir's getting those minions under tower, and also threatening the flank. Looks like they're thinking about engaging on him. Nope, he's able to get out with the phase rush.
This Vladimir's been a huge handful for Reformed Oath Kings to handle.
Ooh, that's a Seraphine ultimate. Jax is taking tower damage right now. He's got tower aggro.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, huge engage coming out. Jin's opening up with the curtain call, gets 1 kill. Looks like he's getting a second. And wow, I mean they tried very hard to make that work, but
very valiant.
Yeah, winds up being a 4 for 0. Just hit him with their wallets way too hard.
I screamed because I thought they actually did it.
Yeah, I thought they did it too for a second. Then I was like, wait a second, nobody's dying. Up, and it looks like it froze, which means that's the end of the game. Yep, that's a spectator bug. So it looks like Redacted takes game 1. Very surprisingly, like I definitely thought that Reformed Oath Kings had the draft advantage, but Redacted just really clean execution. So yeah, great job from Redacted game 1. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back for game 2.
Super.
Wow, I thought they did it.
Yeah, I thought they did it too.
They landed the perfect Orianna ult and Ornn ult together. They got 4 of them with both, and then no one dead.
That was crazy. If only Swain pressed ultimate before he Zonya'd. If he pressed ultimate before he Zonya'd, that might have been some extra damage that they could have used. Because that would look really nice.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Right, Swain gets charmed, and then he Zonyas right away instead of ulting and then Zonyas. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more water.
Yeah, same. All right, we're ready to go whenever. Just let us know.
All right, we're back for game 2, Redacted versus Reformed Oath Kings. Redacted took game 1. They executed it really well. They had that Jack's 5th pick. Very surprising, very impressive, I thought. What were your thoughts, Cyanide?
Yeah, I mean, he pulled it off extremely well. Was able to do pretty much exactly what the Jack spec needed to do, which was just kind of beat down on those tanks. So kudos to him. And we've had a little bit of a revelation coming in the pregame lobby. Reformed Oath Kings are actually now called Team 2. So please, everyone, just refer to them as Team 2. Nothing else. They don't prefer that. So just Team 2. But
Okay,
draft
so
flying by here.
Yeah, so same bands coming on the side of Redacted. First 2 bands were the same on Reformed Oath Kings. They swapped out the Seraphine, and they left up the set now. And first pick Jin coming out on the side of Redacted. So they're going back to the Jin pick, which was also their first pick in when they were on red side in game 1. And going back to the Olaf for Reformed Oath Kings. So we might get a salty run back almost, except the Seraphine is out.
Yeah, but I thought ATX performed very admirably on the Olaf, played well. Early game was able to get his team objectives. They had a 2-1 Drake lead. You got the Rift Herald on the opposite side of the map. You got first tower with that Rift Herald. He was able to do things with the Olaf, so I expect more of the same going into the next game. I think it's a very good call for them to run that back. ATX game are clearly good on the champion, so have confidence in that, and I like the Sivir pick too.
Yeah, so Sivir coming out on the side of Reformed Oath Kings. Going more back to a traditional marksman. They're playing the Swain in game 1. And we see the Vladimir coming out again. So not sure if that's going to be a Vladimir flex or if that's going to go straight to mid lane. And they're pulling out the Pantheon. Most likely Pantheon jungle, but also a flex pick potentially either to support top lane. Pantheon can play pretty much anything. That's why he's so good right now.
Yeah, I specifically asked Cali P to play Zed jungle. So I'm really hoping that's not a Pantheon jungle because that eliminates the possibility of a Zed jungle. So I'm just gonna hold my breath on that one. Nico coming out. Haven't seen a Nico in like 3 decades. I actually don't remember what that champion does. Actually, I forgot the champion existed. Actually.
Yeah. So interesting. Sivir and Olaf work really, really well together. Good Jack span coming out. So definitely like that. It looks like they're going to be saving top lane counter pick. So for Orf. So yeah, the Jack's 5th pick in game 1 was pretty ridiculous. But now on the side of Redacted, Theatrical is going to have to blind pick his top laner, most likely.
If Orf doesn't play Garen, I'm going to scream.
He just might. I mean, the Darius is still up too, so he could go towards the Darius. Looks like they're.
Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like they're target banning Theatrical, getting rid of the Jacks of the set, and Redacted is going after the support picks.
I'm yet to cast a pentakill on stream. and I want that to happen. So if Orf doesn't go Garen, I'm actually This is why
There's
we-
the Garen man.
this is why we can't have nice things in this world, okay? This is why we can't have nice. Like,
They're
what?
setting it up. They're setting it up. for
They're
the fifth
actually
pick.
stream sniping. Like what? They didn't ban the Garen last game. Where was that? Nah. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is it's like the world punishing me. Like what did I do? I just want to see a Garen pentakill. Is that too hard to ask for? Is that too much?
Well,
didn't
maybe
think
you'll
so.
get a Vlad pentakill
Maybe
or
I'll get a Vlad
Darius
pentakill.
Darius pentakill or something.
Right.
So it looks like it's gonna be Karma support. So Karma receiver bot lane. This is actually like really they're setting themselves up I think for a Juggernaut top lane because Sivir and Karma can speed up the Olaf and they can also speed up another potential Juggernaut in the top lane.
Well, I don't know what Orf plays, but could that be a Nico top?
I mean, it could be. I don't see it in his match history, but I haven't done a huge amount of research on them yet.
Right. Yeah, I like how you put the yet in there because of same division. I like that. I like that touch. Yeah, be scared, folks. Be scared. All right. Lee Sin coming back out for Cali P. Worked wonders for him last game. So
Yeah, so the question is it a Pantheon support or Pantheon top lane? Looks like Pantheon support in our top lane.
very aggro bot line for Redacted. I mean, we're about to see some first bloods. We're about to see some second bloods, maybe some third bloods. I could potentially see a fourth blood happening in the bot lane with this Jhin Pantheon. So
I'm really curious if Kazoo is going to have quick enough fingers to be able to spell shield the Pantheon stun.
right.
That's going to be like huge for this matchup.
Interesting. Wukong top, so Nico mid.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nico mid, Wukong top. Actually, I like that fifth pick. But it looks like Reformed Earth King's going back for another like team fighting comp, but they are speedy. They're going to be very, very speedy with
Very
the
speedy.
Sivir and the Karma.
Yeah, I mean, you got Olaf ultimate, you got Sivir ultimate, which does the whole team, by the way, in case you didn't know. You got the Karma speed ups. I mean,
Yep.
Wukong goes invisible and teleports across the map just so we can argue again. So
Yep.
that guy will knock you up in 2 screens away.
Yeah.
So they're
And
going to be
Wukong-
reaching people.
Wukong ultimate sets up the Nico ultimate really, really nicely.
Yeah, this is going to be nasty if they can pull this one off, but we also said that about last game, and Redacted was like, you know what? Nah, they don't really get to play the game, so...
Yeah, Redacted is just really, really scrappy. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can just bite and claw their way like they did in Game 1 to a pretty huge gold lead.
Yeah, gonna be interesting for sure. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Gnar in action. Okay, so this is like my timeline on Gnar. Now that we entered like the chill period, and I get to tell you like a life story here. So this has been my timeline on Gnar. My timeline on Gnar, I loved him. I used to play him season 2, season 3, back when I was top lane. Then he became weaker and weaker and kind of fell in meta. And so recently, since he's been in the meta, I was like, you know what? Gnar's not that great. Who needs like running it down on him in LCS? Like he's spam picked in LCS, but like isn't really, the stats aren't there. Like the win rates aren't there. Like he's not. I didn't think he was all that. And then I played him, and I did amazing on him. And I was like, you know what? This guy's pretty strong. And now I see Tyler 1 playing him on stream, and Tyler 1 is going like 20-1. So like this Gnar pick is insane in the right hands. So I'm excited to see what can happen with theatrical on Gnar, because this could be some really good plays. I'm excited.
Yeah, you've seen them slowly buff him over the course of the past like 6 months or a year. They were first buffing Mega Gnar, and then they started giving Mini Gnar a few buffs here and there, and it just slowly brought him back into viability. Now you're seeing him at all levels of play, so it's going to be interesting to see theatrical in the Gnar. I do think the Wukong is favored in the matchup, but I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait.
So I actually what?
Wait.
Oh, wow.
Karma mid lane Nico support, unless Justin is swapping to support and Shadow Dragon bot's going mid.
They're throwing us for loops right now.
Yep.
But I was going to say, I actually like Gnar being in the meta because I've played him a couple times since, and I have like 3 skins on him, so it actually makes me feel like a little less bad for spending $30 on the game. So, I can actually use the skins again, which is nice. But let me add some personal experience to this. I actually played the Gnar to the Wukong matchup in my solo queue, a couple days ago, 3 days ago to be exact. In lane went quite well for me. It was actually quite playable. I outplayed the Wukong every time I got into Meganar pretty much. So it does get better. The early levels were kind of tough. He was able to kind of punish me out because he took Ignite especially. So if Orf takes Ignite, I expect the early levels to really go Orf's way. But I was able to kind of claw back into the game and stay up in CS. And eventually when I got Sunderer, the lane totally flipped. The lane totally flipped, and I was able to chunk Wukong out significantly. Every time he went in on me with his E, I was able to I didn't even have to E because he wouldn't even out damage me. I would just Q him, slow him, so he wasn't able to really get his damage off, and then I would actually E aggressively to follow him after, and he just got run down by me. So that's a play that Theatrical can make, is holding that E off the initial engage, because especially post 6, if Orf is able to cancel the Nari, that is super detrimental to Nar's kit because that's his only escape.
Yep.
Right. So
Yep.
if Orf cancels that E, then Theatrical is pretty much just like a sitting duck. He's a sitting Yordle. Is Nar a Yordle?
He is.
He's a sitting Yordle. There you go.
Yeah, so we saw in game 1 that Redacted made really good use of that 5th pick counter pick top lane. So I'm curious to see if Orf is able to make as good use with his 5th pick counter pick now that they're on red side.
Yeah, and I want to see summoner spells. And I know that Sivir has a spell shield, but
the cleanse still
the
might be worthwhile.
Still might be worthwhile because you have got the Pantheon W and the Jin W, and you've got the Gnar.
Yep.
And what a lot of people fail to realize is Gnar ultimate is really hard to avoid if he double U's on you. It is massive.
Yeah.
So if Theatrical is able to double E onto the backline, you can spell shield, sure, but that might not take into account a Pantheon coming over top of that.
Yep.
However, that does sacrifice their laning potential because that will obviously be heal taken away. I don't think they're going to win that lane anyway, though, because Pantheon just automatically wins any lane he's in for the first 7 levels. So.
Yeah, and Sivir is not exactly known for her laning phase either. She's definitely more of a scaling pick. She's kind of the 400 CS win condition.
Right, which is why I actually kind of find it weird, and I know we mentioned a lane swap, but I do find it weird that the Nico is the support, because Nico offers no utility. Nico offers like CC with the root and stuff like that, but no healing, no shielding for Sivir as far as I'm concerned. Once again, I don't really know the kit.
Well, Shadow Dragon does play mid at times, so I'm wondering if they're swapping Justin to support, and Shadow Dragon's going mid.
That would make a lot of sense to me. That would make a lot of sense to me. We'll see, though. We'll have to wait and see.
Masagi!
Alright.
We're getting into games shortly. We got
No cleanse.
No cleanse. Exhaust on the Nico.
Karma mid.
So it is Karma mid, Nico support.
Interesting.
Yeah. Both top laners running teleport.
Yeah, Wukong not going for the Ignite either, which makes actually way less sense to me than it would have if Karma didn't also take teleport. Like, you have 2 teleports, which I'm kind of at like a point where I'm like, I think I would rather go an aggressive summoner spell if I was Wukong, because you have to win those early matchups if you want to be anything in this game. You want to win those early levels on Gnar. Like, you have to, I think.
Yeah, and he went Dorn Shield too.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Interesting.
Orphan Dorn Shield on Wukong.
Yeah, and very interesting. I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to see. But I really, and I've talked to you about this, Brando, since you're on my team. But I think that teleport on mid laners is super situational, because once you get into the late game, especially when you have 2 people with teleport, there's only so many places you can teleport to.
Yeah, the only time I really like it is when you're playing a mid laner that can split push.
Yeah.
Like
And
if
you're
you're
not gonna really do
playing,
that with Karma.
yeah, like if you're playing a Rise or something like that, I can see it.
Yeah, like a TF.
Yep, TF, yeah.
Ah. So now you've got a Wukong who's the split push, a Karma who wants to be with the team, but she took teleport because she's expecting to be chunked out by Vlad early, which is like really weird to me because typically you wouldn't see that. But you know what? We'll see how it runs out here.
Yep. So bot side start for both junglers, so that we potentially will have some fireworks around top scuttle in a few minutes.
Yeah. So contrary to last game where we saw them splitting sides, or on opposite sides. Sorry. Now they're on the same side, and Lee Sin's actually way farther ahead because Olaf is going in for that full clear, so he's gonna be way ahead of Olaf. Could maybe even look for a counter jungle opportunity on his red buff.
Yeah, that's a standard thing to do on the Olaf. Is by the time he gets the red buff, he should be pretty low health, like 25-30% health. So you can potentially catch him.
Oh, and Olaf's actually smited a camp. I was wondering why he was so healthy, but he's actually smited a camp to get into the red smite.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, usually you save the smite for later in the clear, but maybe he's worried about the invade.
Maybe he is. Calliope doesn't seem to be going for it. Calliope wanted to. Now would be a good time to leave.
Looks like Lee Sin's going to look for a mid lane gank. Karma is pushed up a little bit.
He's actually going for the invade. Maybe. No, he's just wrapping. Yeah,
He's just wrapping for mid lane. Decides against it.
He's not going to pick it either. He's going to look for the scuttle, but he will get it. Never mind, he will get it.
Yeah, he can get the scuttle, but he does need to cover the Gnar, so Gnar can get this wave under tower.
Very much so. Now would be a good time for Gnar to place a ward. I would actually look for a cheater recall here if I was Gnar.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think a cheater recall here would be really good, especially when Wukong took teleport instead of ignite. Fight here going to be coming immediately. The word was
Yep. So Lee Sin goes on the Olaf. A little bit of a trade. Lee Sin doesn't commit the Q though.
Wow. That was a lot less than I thought would happen.
Yeah. Up, Pantheon going in, lands the stun. That's a lot of damage. That's flash heal burned on the side of the Sivir.
Could use cleanse. Love that summer spell.
Yes, I don't know if Spell Shield was on cooldown or if he just didn't expect the Pantheon jumping out of the bush at him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that is not a short cooldown on the Sivir spell shield. It's what, like 18 seconds, 20 seconds?
Yeah, so definitely if you can, you just want to try and like get that Spell Shield out and then wait for the next engage.
And so look at this though, right? Wukong not taking Ignite has completely lost him the pressure in the lane, because normally he would be able to actually just E on the Gnar, get a good trade-off, W out, and Gnar would have to be always scared of the all-in with the Ignite, because Gnar would lose that.
Yep.
Gnar doesn't have to worry about that now. Like that, exactly. But if Wukong had Ignite, then we would see a lot more.
Ooh, Vladimir going in, Pantheon's mid lane, there's the stun. The Ignite is dropping. That is first blood to the Vladimir. Really well played.
Well, I guess the TP comes in handy now, doesn't it?
Yep.
Everything has a use.
It's a really good roam from the Pantheon. That nobody was calling that, it seemed like. Or I didn't see any pings go down.
Yeah, looking like Ignar out there. That's an Ignar roam right there.
Yep.
Just leave lane whenever you think is best, and you just go. You don't look back.
So Nico lands her E. Wolf looks like he's thinking about doing the first Drake.
Yeah.
But he is on vision.
I would like to see him do it. I mean, they have complete mid prowess. This is a really good opportunity to do it. They don't have that bot, but actually, yeah, they don't have the bot. That's a good point.
Looks like both junglers content to farm.
For now, yep. First blood a little late if it does happen for the bot lane. Oh.
That was a nice fourth bounce
Yeah.
of the Jin got.
Oh my gosh, that's so much damage on the Gnar.
Yeah, that's some good trading there. But the problem is that Gnar, anytime he goes Mega, he regains a nice portion of health.
But like I was saying, I can't believe bot lane hasn't actually gotten a kill yet. I feel like I don't know. Maybe they
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting a little late.
No kill, but a CS worth of a kill
Very true.
difference right now.
Yeah, very very true.
And both summoners down on the 80 carry. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Gnar's going Mega though. Misses the W. There's the ultimate coming down. He still has the ultimate. Oh, well played by Orf.
Yep. There you go. That's what I was talking about, the early levels. And eventually, once Gnar gets that Sunderer, that won't happen.
Yep.
Because that, I feel like I'm actually taking a replay of the game I had because this exact thing happened. I got solo killed at level 6, and then I realized how to play the matchup. So I think Theatrical just went through one of those moments of like, oh, this is how I have to play now.
Yeah.
Oh, Vladimir's dead actually.
Ooh, if she goes aggressive. But Lee Sin's here to protect. Olaf is here as well, though. Vladimir doesn't want to chase. They get the kill. He's able to safeguard out. Well played by Cali P.
Cali P, the MVP. That rhymes. Really good play to be there in the time of need for the Vladimir. And he gets the kill onto the Karma. Really well played.
Yep.
Really well played. No dragon off that though. Unfortunate. I really think they should be taking advantage of the early bot lane advantage and killing their mid laner. But did not want to.
So far we're seeing advantages top lane for the side of Reformed Oath Kings, and then advantages pretty much everywhere else for Redacted right now.
And so Calliope is doing dragon now. Tried to do dragon, but Vladimir backed. So I think Calliope was trying to sneak it. But ATX was able to scout that one out.
Yeah, able to sniff it out a little bit. He looks like he might be looking for a gank bot lane instead. He is warded out, though.
Yeah. Their bot lane's pretty deep. I don't see this happening.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm Gnar, I'm using my ultimate off cooldown, by the way. I mean, that is a short cooldown. Like, you can pretty much use it every time you get in Mega Gnar, so I would just use it for damage. That's what I do, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now that Gnar's got the Phage, it feels a lot different. He's not able to chunk the Gnar for near as much as he was.
Yeah.
Pantheon going mid again.
Yeah, with the ultimate now too, so those realms are going to be pretty deadly if you can find an opportunity. I think they could just dive. I think they should dive.
Dive the Karma?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little risky with the Mantra W.
Yeah, I'm thinking though that if Vladimir starts the tank, right, he can just pull off while Pantheon's doing damage, and even if you had Lee Sin there, I mean, it's a for sure kill.
So Olaf has gone over the back wall to start up the Rift Herald. Lee Sin's on his blue buff, does not know that this Rift Herald is going down.
It's gonna take a while. It's half health right now. Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna be close.
Is Lee gonna suss this out?
Oh, it's gonna be really close.
Oh, he gets it! Stolen! And he's gonna get the kill.
Oh my god, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, Cali P. Coming up huge.
ATX couldn't hit the eye. He couldn't hit the eye. He wasn't, I think he was trying to desperately, but, he forgot the smite after hitting the eye. I don't know why. He had it up.
Yep, he panicked a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely did.
So Jin with the deep ward to spot out the Olaf. This could set up a potential Drake play. Yeah, they know that the Olaf, yeah. And Lee Sin looking to invade, looking to punish this Olaf even more.
Calliope just having away with this game. 2 levels up on the Olaf here.
Yep. And now he can just go straight to Drake, and I don't know if there's anything that Olaf can do to stop him.
Very
Oh,
intriguing.
he's gonna drop the Rift Herald, and then they'll go to Drake. Yeah, that's a smart play.
We'll see if they do it though. They aren't.
Yeah, I feel like it might be a missed opportunity.
Not taking advantage of the early bot lane, are they? Not
Nope.
really. I mean, 26 CS lead is nothing to cough at, but nothing to cough at, nothing to sneeze at. Oh, Nar?
Nar E'd off of the Wukong clone. Pantheon's going in bot lane too, but instantly disengages.
And that's what I was saying though about the Wukong easily being able to disrupt that E, but you see the trades now totally in our favor. Oh, bot lane.
Oh boy, that's a lot of damage on the Pantheon.
Oh,
He's-
Wukong's dead here.
Oh, one hit. Ease off. There we go. There's the kill.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. Exactly what I was talking about. Starts to turn really quickly.
So we're seeing Reformed Oath Kings going for this first Drake. They're bursting it down very quickly. Pantheon's almost there, but they are able to get it down. They get the snare into the gym. Flash forward. Olaf ults out. Vladimir's in his pool, able to negate a lot of damage. Olaf is going to go down. Nico Pop Blossom. That's a 4-man ultimate.
follow-up.
Nope, no follow-up. 9-man sleep.
Oh, it's so troll.
It's just a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see that play when the Olaf was still alive with the ultimate, not after the Olaf dies.
Yeah.
In the Karma and the Sivir both ran for their lives. But Doublelift, and I'm gonna mention him again because I keep watching his co-streams. He talks about it like you're a walking HP bar, and Olaf right there was a walking HP bar when he didn't have to be. He had flash, he could have gotten out if he wanted, but he chose to just run back and forth. He didn't even fight. He didn't even auto attack. He didn't try and get any healing back. He just died.
Yep.
So, definitely a missed opportunity there. Shadow Dragon Bot made a great play with the Nico, but just too late.
And you have to understand, Reformed Oath Kings, they don't win early game fights. Like, the enemy team's got a Pantheon.
Yeah.
Like, in general, just like sacrifice the Olaf and just run away. Like, you
Yeah.
got the Drake. That's a victory in of itself, getting the Drake.
Yeah. I mean, and what I was saying is ATX, like, if he wanted to get out, he could have, but he didn't choose to. Maybe.
Ooh,
thinking-
Lee Sin bot lane. Pantheon flanking. TP's coming in from the Karma. There's the Nico going in with the Pop Blossom again. Gets the stun onto the Pantheon. Lee Sin goes back in again. Forces the flash out from the Sivir. Another TP coming in on the Wukong. Trading 1-for-1 so far. Lee Sin kicks him away. Whoop. That was a misclick. There's another kill. So Wukong's ult or Wukong CP actually is useful.
Yeah.
But Nar's getting a lot of damage on this tower. That's a lot of waves that are going down.
Yeah, my client had a huge bug there. My screen was frozen the entire time. But it just came back, so I'm back.
Yeah, that might be first tower going down top lane.
I would assume so. ATX is going up to try and stop it, but I think ATX just dies.
Yeah, that's a 3-level lead that the Nar's got. He should be fighting this. Yep, that's an Olaf ultimate. Forced to use. That's one of the things that sucks about playing jungle, is usually you cannot 1v1 a top laner. So do not try.
Not when you're behind, even in your own jungle matchup. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, Nar's gonna get first tower here, and life's gonna go on for the Nar. Yeah, he's probably just gonna steamroll this game, honestly.
So yeah, so now in top lane, 900, a little bit over 900 gold lead. And we're seeing it's a very similar storyline to what happened in game 1. Redacted has got this early gold lead. Reformed Oath Kings does have the objective lead, I guess you could say, as far as like the Drakes are concerned, or the neutral objectives. But now you're starting to see these outer towers starting to go down because of the gold lead that Redacted has.
Yeah, 100%. And Karma actually chose to go the Moonstone Renewer. So, you know, I think that item is really, really broken right now. I think they're going to need a little more damage than what that provides, though. I don't know if that supportive build is going to be what they need. We'll see, though.
Yeah, and a really good play from Redacted. They rotated the Pantheon up here really early to make sure they could secure the Rift Herald, because there's no way the Nico and Sivir are going to be diving the Jhin under tower.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's a easy Rift Herald. They can use this to get the last tower or potentially try to crack mid-inner if they're feeling ambitious. But Lee Sin actually picked the Rift Herald, so he won't be able to ward hop while he has the Rift Herald.
Very true. That's one of the things I do not like about Lee Sin is when you pick up Herald, you can't actually be a champion unless you have a control word. But
Yeah, so maybe they just push the spot lane, drop Rift Herald, and that way Lee Sin gets his ward hop back right before the Drake.
that's what they're gonna do, actually.
Yep. Whoop, they're coming in. There's a Sivir ultimate. Vladimir pops the Ghost. They're targeting the Lee Sin. Wukong goes in, gets a one-man ulti though. Lee Sin's gonna probably go down. Flashes out. Second ultimate and gets hit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lee Sin just barely goes down. Jhin ultimate coming out. Nars on the backside though. Sivir spell shield going down. Almost dies. Karma
What?
shield saves her. Oh, Nar going forward. Almost has Mega. Nope, you want a backup man. There you go. They're still trying to go forward on this.
Would have liked to see ATX use that ultimate earlier when the initial engage went off. He might have could have caught up to somebody. Got a second kill.
So they're starting off the Baron. They don't have the jungler right now. I
Ah,
guess they figured that Olaf is too low to contest. Ooh, this is risky. Jhin gets it. Double flash over the wall, and they're out.
yeah, that's the thing about Jhin, right? Is this 4-shot pretty much is a smite. I mean, at this point in time, I think probably Jhin 4-shot does more than smite for ATX. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
Reform though, or I should say Team 2, might look for a tower here. I don't think Lee Sin can do too much alone to defend this. I think they should just keep autoing the tower.
Yeah, minion wave is huge right now.
And they will get it.
Yep. Good play.
Yeah, very.
Good job punishing the back timers.
Yep, and that opens up mid for them, so they're able to roam a little bit more freely in the jungle. So that's always nice. But still more tier 1s to go for them. 2 more tier 1s to them. Oh my gosh, I just failed that sentence twice. 2 more tier 1 towers for them to go.
Yep. Thankfully, there aren't really any objectives that they can fight. They need to fight over right now. So I think that Reformed Earth Kings just needs to just chill, try to get farm onto the Sivir as much as possible. I think they really are in like a Sivir win condition right now.
Yeah.
So they should be trying to funnel farm onto the Sivir as much as possible.
Highly, highly agree. Little mythic check. 3-3. Yes, 3-3. Oh, 4-4 now. Olaf just completed core. So actually, little strength into Reformed Oath Kings. Should I say Team 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Vladimir is not going for the mythic.
Right, but he does have that Medjaz. I'm curious to see how many stacks he has on it. I can't check.
Oop. Engage.
I don't think he has any.
I don't think he has any. He must have just upgraded.
He must have just upgraded. Poor Vladimir. He's actually pretty weak right now.
That is ballsy though, going for this upgrading to the Medjaz with no stacks on your Dark Seal.
I like it. I mean, he's got 200 AP. I guess it's coming from the needlessly large rod and 2 fiendish codexes, so
Yeah.
he's got a lot of parts which give him actually quite a bit of AP. So he's actually pretty strong. I take that back. He can do a lot of things. Plus, when is Vladimir never strong? I feel like that champion. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, I would expect that this is going to be Not much fighting. Ooh, Karma
Oh
with
my
the
god.
steal.
It's over. FF. It's over.
Start
Karma
the
steals
vote.
Gromp. Go next. Start the vote. Oh my gosh.
A little bit of trading going on. I don't think Wukong wants anything right now, though. Oh,
No,
but
he does
Olaf
not.
is here. Good use of the ultimate. Ooh, double stun. Nicely done. And gets the slow.
ATX did an ultimate?
He does have ultimate. He still
He's
hasn't
not
popped it.
ultimating!
Yeah, I think if Olaf popped ultimate there, that was a kill.
I'm screaming. I have to replay on my client. Hold on.
You sure you want to do that to yourself?
Dude, he definitely could have ultimated and picked up his axe, but chose to hold it. Maybe for a fight they're presuming will come up. Maybe they're gonna look to force engage somewhere.
I mean, Drake is in a minute, but I guess I should check to see what the cooldown is on Olaf's ultimate. It's 75 seconds, so if he used it at that fight, it would have been up by the time the Drake fight was going to happen.
Tisk.
Yep, live and learn.
Live and learn. Could have been a kill. Unlucky.
So,
Unlucky. But a 5k gold lead, by the way. I don't think we've made note of that yet.
Yeah, I don't
Significantly.
think that Reformed Oath Kings wants to fight this. I think that they just give it up and just let the Siffer farm.
Would agree. There's a tier 1 in the top lane for them to knock down. If I were them, I would send 3 top lane and do that.
Yep.
We'll see if they do it though. Doesn't look like they are.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna face check.
This is just, it doesn't really make sense. But
Yep, there's the Olaf ultimate. And Vladimir flashing forward. He's gonna get that Nico. Or maybe
no,
not.
he will not. Wow.
Damn.
Nico OP, nerf that champion, please.
That Soul Stealer is very sad now.
But Kazooie actually making the good play, tried to get mid tower, wasn't able to, and Orf already on it, got that tier 1 just like I said. So you know what? They were able to trade on the other side of the map, at least for a tower, which is what I noted. So
Yeah.
can't fault them there. They at least did something with that time that they that Redacted was on the dragon.
Yeah, definitely worked out about as well as it could have for them. Nobody died, and they only had to use 2 summoners, and the Vladimir used his flash as well. So 2 summoners from 1 summoner, and they ended up getting at least they already had gotten the mid tower, I thought. So they only got 1 tower, but
Correct. Yeah.
Sivir got a lot of farm.
Correct. But Vladimir, I mean, he's got 2 needlessly large rods now. I mean, this guy's gonna buy 2 items at one time and is just going to decimate the game, actually. This is about to be nuts. This is about to be crazy. Can't
Oh,
wait.
Pantheon got the red buff.
As he should. As he should. Supports need red buff. Support lives matter.
Yeah, he earned that question mark ping from his team.
Nothing you haven't experienced where you've had a couple of your buffs stolen.
Yeah, the level 1 buffs are always the worst when those get stolen away from you.
Yeah, that's why we don't play Ornn anymore. Fun fact, guys.
So Redacted looks like they're potentially going for this Baron with the Jhin in bot lane.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting warded out.
I like plays like this, but your Jin's on the opposite side of the map, so.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they were thinking that, there's no way that they're going to check it when the Jhin is on bot side.
Yeah. Could have been nice if they didn't. Yeah, like they definitely could have got that if it wasn't checked, but it was, so I believe.
Yep. Wukong making good use of his TP advantage right now, getting the bot outer tower.
And something to note too, though, is Karma has gotten both the Staff of Flowing Water and the Moonstone Renewer, so her shields are going to be quite powerful. Those are the 2 items you look for when you're going more that supportive build, so she's going to be pretty strong. She's at a good point in time. Vladimir finishing that Rabadon's exactly similar to the last game. This guy is going to be just popping off. Lee Sin, he's got 2 items. Olaf falling a little bit behind, about half an item below Lee Sin. Oh, Wukong in the bot lane on the Vladimir.
Interesting.
Oh,
That's the flash coming out.
oh my gosh.
Wow, that's a lot of damage coming out from the Wukong. I'm surprised that the Vladimir didn't use his ultimate earlier.
Orf, 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 orf. Nerf this guy. Nerf this guy. This guy's insane.
He's too strong.
He's too strong. He's got that Sunderer now. He's got the Tiamat. This guy's going to be pumping out the damage. Oh my gosh. And Reformed, Team 2 going for Baron.
Yep, and this is a good play because Wukong has TP. Nar does not. So Wukong can TP into this.
Oh, they're going to get it.
Oh, Nar's looking for it. Oh! He wasn't able to stop it. That's a big Jhin ultimate, though.
Jhin does too much.
Sivir ultimate going onto the Pantheon now. Pantheon forced to flash away.
Oh.
Lee Sin hiding on the flank. I think they know he's there.
Really good job by Redacted to stop this, though. I mean, wow.
Oh, Lee Sin going over the wall. Ward hopping out.
This guy's cracked!
Get flashes over the wall, and he is out. Well played.
Oh my gosh. This guy's Lee Sin is nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well played. Not as good as my Lee Sin, but you know, I can respect another good Lee Sin player, so wow. Very well played. Very, very well played to get out of that sticky situation. And Redacted, like I mentioned, doing a phenomenal job of kind of just stalemating Reformed Oath Kings off that Baron. Able to do some good work with the Jhin ultimate. And friends were able to help out a lot, so.
Yeah, I think that Reformed Oath Kings stayed on the map a little bit too long, and now their backtimers are a bit delayed. So Redacted has first shot, getting control around the Drake pit. I don't think that they have to contest this. If they don't want to, they could let Redacted get one more Drake and give Sivir another 5 minutes to farm. But it looks like they are looking to try and contest. So this could be, this could be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe they believe they're at a strong point in the game, so they're gonna look to do something.
Olaf gets rooted. They get the ward down.
Olaf really is just like a ward right now.
Oh, Olaf goes in, pops the ultimate. There's the Nico ultimate. Only lands on one, though, but they're able to get 1 kill onto the Pantheon. Sivir ults in. 5v4 on the map right now. Jhin opens it up with the curtain call. Wukong goes forward. Nar's almost mega. Jumps forward. That's a 2-man ultimate into the wall. Nar flashes out. Vladimir's huge right now. Lee Sin comes in and gets a great kill. And wow, they're able to turn this. Vladimir's going to clean up this fight up. He's got the ghost on, phase rush on. Sivir goes down. Winds up being a 4-for-1 overall. And he's still chasing that karma. He wants that ace.
Wow. I mean, that was even looking kind of good for Reformed at the start. They were able to pick off the Pantheon, but the power of the players remaining on Redacted were pretty much just able to, similar to last game, throw their wallets at them and just win by strength.
Yep, so. And now that that 0-stack Magi's is now a 12-stack Magi's.
Right, yeah. That's not going to stop anytime soon. I reckon that'll be 25 stacks by the end of the game for sure. But the lead on Orf wasn't able to carry that fight. He got Nar pretty low. He was able to do certainly a lot in that fight, but only so much you can do. And you know what? It's funny, because the Sivir actually got Nar ultimated into the wall. So regardless of spell, shield could use cleanse, by the way.
Yeah, that was my fear with them trying to contest that Drake, is the Sivir had not completed her second item yet. She just completed it with this last death. So yeah, I was a bit nervous because most of your damage is on that Sivir. And if Sivir isn't on, like, I think that like Sivir, like really like 3 items is what you're looking for. 3 items on including boots.
Definitely, yep. Defiantly. Definitely. Definitely.
So now Redacted's got this Baron. They've got a 7k gold lead. But they're not making that much use of it yet. Their back timers are kind of desynced.
Oh,
Jin's
Jin.
just wandering in the jungle. Flashes out. Pantheon's gonna peel for him. Ooh.
And or flash too early to recast the ultimate. So the flash just gave Pantheon the time to W him instead of flashing when he had the recast up, so he was immediately able to recast it. Little misplay there, but nothing too bad came of it. Just a flash blown for a flash blown. So.
Yep. Lee Sin looks like he's thinking about it. They're doing an interesting 2-3 split right now.
I like this. I like this a lot, especially Lee Sin's really capable of kind of just going everywhere on the map. He's super mobile, able to Q over walls and W over walls and such.
Yeah, this is a big wave. That's 2 cannon minions.
Very, yeah.
Nar Mega's out. Sivir's their main form of wave clear, and she's still mid.
Yeah, I don't mind that though, because exactly what's happening right now, whereas Redacted's now looking to transition to mid, they aren't able to because Kazui's pushed that wave out. So actually a really good play there by Kazui, probably underrated by his team, but that potentially saved a lot of damage onto their inhib tower mid.
Yeah, it feels like the Baron is a little bit wasted. But it looks like they're going to try and just get another... Oh, they're going to back. Okay.
Yeah, not great wave management there. I would have liked for them to keep one mid lane, at least. So they keep the Baron so Sivir isn't able to push out that wave so freely.
Yeah.
But we don't see that, and now they're able to... Or they have to reset on Baron. Time wasted. How much time is left on it? Let's see. We aren't able to see. Okay.
Not much. Not much. It just ran out.
Just ran out. Perfect.
Yep.
Good timing.
So that was only one tower that they got off of that.
Yep. Not great, but I reckon they'll be able to just get the soul and win anyway off that. So.
Yeah. So this is a big fight. If they're able to get Ocean Soul, it's gonna be really hard to stop Redacted.
Yeah, and something else to note, right, is every single player on Reformed Oath Kings, except the Nico, has healing reduction. And it gets to a point where, like, I don't think you need 4 healing reduction items. I feel like 4 is a little overkill, because I just think that's too much of a gold sink. You have teammates with healing cut. I think 3 is a good number. I would say like someone like Olaf maybe shouldn't have the healing cut. I think Wukong is going to be doing a primary of applying that into the backline and such. So, is what it is.
I think the Olaf needed to just go more tank.
Yeah,
he's already getting blown up pretty quickly.
Exactly. I just think it's too much of a gold sink on when you're already behind on that Olaf.
Gnar is already Gnar'd out, so he won't have Mega for this fight unless he gets a really good engage right now. He's trying to force it.
Oh!
Ultimate. That's a good start. Wow, what a great fight. This is going to be an easily won fight for the side of Redacted. Vladimir on the backline. He's just going to clean this up.
Yeah,
I cannot believe that they actually allowed him to do that. Like, the Gnar bar was almost out. They just needed to just back up and wait it out. But great job by Theatrical. Great job by Theatrical.
You know who he's looking like on that Gnar, Rando? He's looking like Cyanide on that Gnar right now. Oh my gosh. This guy is cracked. Wow.
So that is Ocean Soul. That is an ace. That is inhibs going down. I don't think that's the game. It might be. But it'll at least be one inhib going down, maybe 2.
I don't think they'll end here, but yeah, definitely gonna do a lot, and that's the backbreaker right there. I mean, they have Ocean Soul now, 10.5k gold lead. Do I need to go on?
Yeah, that Gnar ultimate was huge.
Put that in the Seal promotional video for next season. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just think it's just slowly bleeding out now. For Reformed Oath Kings, I just think they're counting the seconds, counting the minutes until they hit the game end screen with the defeat on it.
Yep.
Unfortunate. I don't think there's much. They can maybe look for a steal, and I think if they get a steal, they can maybe stall this game out a little longer because the minions will be harder to clear, and they might be able to get an item more into the Sivir before they have to face that game-ending fight. That's
It's gonna
only
be
with the steal, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hard for the Olaf to even get in there. He'll have to commit flash, and if Redacted is smart, they'll just put Vladimir or Gnar or somebody on basically flank duty just to make sure that he can't get close to the pit.
Yeah, and what can't happen is if Olaf goes for that steal, is the rest of the team get wiped.
Yep.
Because that would be definitely the end of the game.
So they've got Gnar on split push duty. Gnar does have TP. It looks like they might be trying to go for the fight.
But Redacted doing a good job just being patient. They know that they don't have to start that Baron up. I mean, time is not against them.
Yep. Wukong goes in, gets the ultimate on the Jhin, flashes forward.
Same thing.
Yep, not a lot of follow-up. Sivir ultimate comes in, but that is a lot of Vladimir damage. Nico ult does not hit anybody. Wukong or Lee Sin kick. Gnar comes in with the Mega. Olaf is in the backline, kills the Jhin, but he should wind up going down. Yep, there's the ultimate expiring, and that winds up being a 5-for-1. And I think that's the end of the game. So really well played. Really well played by Redacted.
Yep. Ban this guy's Vlad. Okay, noted. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, every player on the team played really well. Callie P showing up the Lee Sin.
Yeah.
The Gnar pick looked scary. The Jax pick looked scary. Jhin looked scary.
I'm shaking. You can't see me right now. I'm shaking in my boots. I'm not gonna lie a little bit. Wow, great performance there by Redacted and a valiant effort by Reformed Oath Kings to last as long as they did. Good job to Orf in that game too there.
Yeah, and I know it's only week 2, but Reformed Oath Kings was the only team that had not lost a game yet, and now they're 2-2. So we have no teams that are undefeated in Piltover. That's how close all these teams are. Yeah, no team is. I believe no team is undefeated, and no team is without a win. Every team is either 1-3, 2-2, or 3-1.
Oh, we're undefeated. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
We cannot see stats.
We cannot see stats. Spectator bugs. We cannot see stats. If we go into our match history, we can see the stats.
It's a custom. We won't see it.
It's a custom, and we are spectating, so we won't see it in our match history.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, what do you think about post-game interview?
I would be yes to do that.
Okay. Do you care, or do you just want to let them?
I shall not care.
Yeah. Let's let them choose. See if we can get somebody from Redacted in here.
I think we may have to pull them in though, because I don't know if they have access to streamers and casters. So, Mo, I don't know if you have perms to do that.
I'm sure he does.
I'm sure he does. That was the polite pull.
Lemur wants to do it. Azakana wants to do it. Who we got?
Hey, how you guys doing?
The fearless support.
The fearless support.
Gotta bring them in, right?
The Pantheon one trick. Let's go.
Pantheon one trick. Oh god. Oh god, they're nerfing him again. I don't know if that's gonna be the case anymore.
It's sad, isn't it?
I know, it's so sad. They took away my tower diving, and now they're gonna take away more from me. You kidding?
Champion's disgusting. She should be deleted from the game. Actually,
you know, I'm not gonna be completely crass, but there's been a lot of times that I've called Pantheon some choice words in my games when I'm not playing them.
Well, Reno, you want to start it off here?
Yeah. So you guys 2-0. That was really impressive. Reformed Oath Kings was the last team that had not lost, and you guys gave them 2 losses in week 2. So definitely walk me through your game plan, because it definitely seemed like Reformed Oath Kings was going for more just like a straight up like death ball team fight style.
Team fight kind of comp, yeah.
And you guys, I think you guys were going for a composition that was a harder execution path, but you guys were just really good with it. So was that like the way that you were practicing, or was that just how you guys want to play?
Yeah, so actually, it is a big weakness of ours to play team comps that are more like sit back and scale because we are all hyper aggressive players. The top laner, me, and the jungle are all like main champions that want to be on their face constantly. So we thought, you know what? We watched the VODs from last week. We watched Reformed Oath Kings and how they played and what they played. We saw that pentakill on the Garen. And we were like, if we sit back and play a scaling comp that's still a team fight comp, but has a little bit of more control over what happens in the late game, and just decide not to die in lane and decide not to die to ganks, because we thought he was going to play a Mumu jungle. Olaf kind of the same thing, kind of runs you down. We were more like, hey, we can sit back and wait and make them come to us and still execute the good team fighting that we want to, with the balls to the walls team comps that we do.
Yeah.
Well said.
You got
Very well
anything,
said.
Senate?
I have one thing. I have one thing to definitely touch on. Is I'm mad at you guys for banning the Garen.
I know.
That was a real letdown for me. So definitely mad at you guys for doing that. But I also wanted to touch on one thing, which was you guys definitely played played a very early game champions in that game too. You had the Jin in the Pantheon bot lane with the Lee Sin. But you guys were kind of waiting and not too taking too many risks. Was that something that was said? Were you guys actively saying let's not take too many risks?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, we in game chat were very much like, okay, we can get through the early game, get a lead in the early game, like get a gold lead through our strong early game jungler in Lee Sin, and through the Jin bully in the bot lane. And as long as we get that gold lead, which we had like a crazy CS lead in the bot lane, that we just kept rolling on. If we can get that gold lead and we can get that Vladimir that gold, we just win the game. Like if we can just make sure that we're ahead and stay ahead and don't take those risks that aren't calculated. Like there was one risk that we took where we were walking toward a buff, and then all of us were like, absolutely not, we're not invading that. That'll lose us the game if we get caught and get team fought there. So we just backed off of it and went back to the game plan of stay strong, execute what we're going to execute, and make sure that they know that they can't approach us or they'll lose the fight.
Right.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys really prioritized the CS leads, the tower plates. You guys did not care about early drakes, it seemed like, at all. If you had a bit of priority on the Rift Herald, it seemed like you definitely prioritized Rift Herald over the drakes.
Yeah, Rift Herald, when plates are up, gets you so much more gold than the drakes. So as long as we can deny soul and like start fighting for drakes before soul happens, we'll be up in items off the Rift Heralds. So
yeah, great strategy. Well done. Well executed.
One thing to ask, kind of as a personal question, what matchup are you looking forward to the most going into the further weeks in terms of teams?
So I'm looking personally forward. This is our first Seal season,
right.
And we know 2-star Mako was our person that got us into it. So we didn't really know a lot coming in, but he kind of filled us in. I was really looking forward to this match actually, against Reformed Oath Kings, because they weren't Reformed Oath Kings before, right? They were something else,
Blood Oath Kings.
Blood Oath Kings, and then they became Reformed Oath Kings. So I wanted to see how reformed they actually were. And then personally, I'm looking forward to Ghostcock Actual, because that's just a fantastic team name.
Yeah, that is a great team name.
Yeah, so since we don't have other info, that's what I'm going off of. Great team name. Gotta try it.
I was really fishing hard for the Apes Together Strong, facing against Cyanide in the bot lane, but
don't worry, Cyanide, we're coming for you.
No, no, you can't.
Prepared.
You can't save it. No, you can't save it. You said what you said.
Can't stir up drama already. It's week 2. Come on.
There's never a start and an end to the drama. You can do it whenever. Anyway, though, that's all I got. Rando, you got anything?
I got nothing. Well played. Really well played. Really well executed.
Yeah, thank you guys a lot. We really enjoy being on stream. Invite us back sometime and we'll play a completely different team comp and have a lot of fun.
When's the Zed jungle coming in?
Just wait.
All right. Well, GG guys. Cheers. It was a great games to cast. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you later.
Peace.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining the stream. This is Randomonium Cyanide, and we're signing out.
Peace.